through the lights, cameras in action, through the lights, cameras in action, through the lights, cameras in action, glamour, glitters, and gold.
Domination, baby. That I know that everybody want to hear, because I know I've been waiting to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
F the BS. Forget the belief system.
I had an intuition this morning that I should just go live on Facebook and talk to my peeps then. And I wasn't sure what to talk about, but I had a feeling that somebody had given me an idea. So yeah, Mina Man said, you come in Portugal. That is plan A. I have had a ticket to Portugal since before the pandemic. That was already the plan, to leave this country because I felt it was getting too obviously racist and too obviously corporate capitalist fascist. So it was time to leave. And then the pandemic made things even more fascist. Not feeling quite like talking about the pandemic so much just now. Had a lot of online arguments about the pandemic, and since then, 2 Netflix documentaries have informed me how social media is being manipulated to sow the seeds of discontent, and how social media is being manipulated not just to foster depression and anxiety in individuals, but manipulated to foster dissent and division in society. So I don't want to be part of that. So even though there are things that I strongly disagree with, and some opinions and ideas that are proliferating that I strongly disagree with, and whole groups of people being massively manipulated, in my humble opinion, rather than telling people how wrong they are, I'm going to try and build bridges and find empathy and look for the things that we all have in common rather than the things I disagree with, and look for the things that I have in common with the people I disagree with. And maybe collectively we can fool the algorithms that are focused on causing division into focusing on positivity, by us focusing on positivity. Because apparently all these social media algorithms, although in some cases fascist billionaires have paid specifically for them to direct our thoughts in particular directions, in other cases it's just advertising, and it's just them trying to keep us in front of the advertisers. So yeah, they'll just give us whatever information will keep us in front of our screens. And if arguing with people on the other side of the political spectrum will keep us in front of our screens, then that's what the algorithms will give us. But if we spend more time looking at positivity and self-help online, and that's what keeps us in front of the advertisers, then that's what they'll give us. So although yes, fascist billionaires can pay Cambridge Analytica to pay Facebook to abuse our data in particular directions that suit fascist billionaires, we've also got some power. And if we use the internet and use social media for positivity, the algorithms will follow suit because they're programmed to. The bottom line is the bottom line, and they only exist to make money. So yeah, if they get money by advertising views, then we have to change the way they get money and stare at positive things online. But yes, the plan is currently Portugal. I'm kind of a little bit scared, so I'm gonna touch wood, cross my fingers and touch wood, that Portugal all goes to plan, because you know, emigration's always a scary prospect. I like my Bristol community, I like my friends, and I like being on the same side, within the same border as my family, who will feed me if I'm hungry. But I don't like England. I don't. If I'm drawing lines and defining things, then I do not like England. I love English countryside, I love English festivals, and I love my friends. But yeah, I could focus on what I don't like about England, but I'm gonna choose not to. But I will state categorically that right now, if I were asked, do you like England, my honest answer would have to be no. And part of that is just the weather for, I'm gonna say, 8 to 10 months of the year. Yeah, I'm just so much happier when it's sunny. Like, even I was talking to somebody yesterday about Australia, and when I was in Melbourne, even skip diving in Australia is less traumatic than it is in England, because it's sunny. The bins are dry and everything's warm, and like, you go in skip diving in England and it's cold and damp and minging. It's just different. It's easier to be poor in hot countries. Just like, don't need shelter and clothing as desperately as you do in a cold country. Not that I'm planning to be poor. I'm actually vaguely planning to be comfortable. I'll put it that way. Yes, Isabella Ironside, Lady Locks, Sunshine. So I've been manifesting. Have a look at Kev's drawings. That is the way I want to live. And while we're manifesting, have a big dose of some positivity. That, what looks like a scribble in the middle, is actually an etching of this, which is an incense burner designed by Mr. Dean Reynolds. Big ups and love. So yeah, you got Nina's online, Izzy's online. From the screen I'm in, I can't see everyone who's online. What else do you want to talk about? That's kind of the mood I'm in. What you fancy talking about? Oh, have some more positivity. That was when I asked a bunch of people for some positive vibes on Facebook, because I wanted to draw a positive vibes image, and those are all the words and sentences that people gave me. Right, well, it's actually pretty sunny outside for late September. So, unless anybody's got anything specific they'd like... is he just thrown in music? Is that you want me to talk about music or you want to hear some music? I heard a Panda Dub tune the other day and I meant to... Where's El Mini Rig? I am literally halfway through about 10 different books right now, but this is one of them. And some of the others. And this Dream Yoga and the skill of Tibetan Dream Yoga has become one of my new areas of research, and well, and this is about the revolution in Syria and how a bunch of feminist anarchists have started a whole new system of governing, which is fascinating. I wonder what Shapes and Shadows by Panda Dub sounds like. Literally never heard this one before. But my intuition tells me I'll be able to spit on it. Oh, my intuition's incorrect. It's got too many vocals on it already. Also, why is Martha watching loads of teddies? What's she doing with loads of teddies? Why not should be the question actually. What's wrong with teddies? Not a damn thing. You know what? Just because I said that and I'm ashamed of myself. Ashamed of myself for questioning it. This dude's joining us. Mwah. To crash. Well, you do have 200 tabs open. I'm exaggerating, but not that much. I've got like 20 tabs open. Oh, you really crashed, haven't you? I think that is it from Uncle Kev. But I'm gonna do this more. At the beginning of lockdown, I honestly don't know if you can hear a thing now because my computer's frozen, so it could be recording or it could not. I'm going to talk as if it's recording. At the beginning of lockdown, I did a lot of like straight music performance and or playing music for the live, and then I also did a total of 4 interviews for my podcast. But I recently had an intuition to just film interactions on Facebook and make that my podcast and add edited versions of that to my podcast. Oh look, it's unfrozen. I don't know if you heard any of that. Okay. close all those. Has Isabella Ironside met that Teddy before? This was a gift from my ex after I lived in Penn Street. But yeah, there's a chance you've met this girl. Because yeah, I was seeing her at a point when we were hanging out lots. That just made me a little bit sad. Is he want to hang out more? He's still in El Greenbank on occasion, because I'm still living round the corner from the Greenbank and planning to leave this country hopefully by November, because we suspect a second lockdown, which they promised us a second lockdown before the first lockdown was over. Anyway, oh yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Alright. Hey yo, Kev, it's 2021. Ain't life blessed, ain't life fun. Tell us what you've been grateful for. The love, money, or the sun. Fam, I'm grateful for surplus cash for positive and income. Doing things I love, getting paid and having fun. Grateful for saving, making workshops, meditations. Therapeutic comedy and music heals with a vibration. On occasion visualizing a nation of enlightened beings, living in sustainable communities, eyes of lightning, seeing communities network worldwide on a one love vibe. Yeah, you know the tribe. Bunch of lone wolves forming, Gaia's biggest pack, devastated, transforming, big attack. No photon torpedoes but love bombs in this track. Drop jewels like energon cubes for the youth, sit and kick back. Spit a sick rap that's healthy like loaded nuts, with a groovy smoothie full of supplements loaded up. Like I won the championship, so I hold the cup. Like I found the holy grail and like a champion hold it up for all to see. Avoiding drama with the warriors, avoiding war with me. Listening to Mobb Deep, Nas and Big Noity. As time goes by, an eye for an eye would leave the whole world blind, and the empaths would cry. Strengthen the empathy. Why not just grow lavender and hemp with me? Strengthen the empathy. Why not just grow lavender and hemp with me? Why not just grow lavender and hemp with me? As we say, strengthen the empathy. Why not just grow lavender and hemp with me? Strengthen the empathy. Why not just grow lavender and hemp with me? I appreciate the little things in life like butterflies and bees. So dig the likes of capital steams. Would you love, respect and RIP? Rest in power and peace. Yeah, that is Howl by Panda Dub. I'll return to that one. So yeah, unless anybody's got anything else they really want Kev to chat about, I'm going to get going shortly. Any particular? Because, you know, sun shines out there and... Oh, man, them. Oh, let's have enough room to play. Man, them want to get out in the sun. Man, them want to get out and have fun. Man, them plugging out his mini rig because it's making too much racket. Man, them got the sickest flow, and other MCs can't hack it. Alright, do you like Kevin Pink? I love Kevin Pink. I can't believe I waited 40 years to defeat patriarchy's brainwash, backhand Western society's social conditioning, and shine bright into the pink vibration. Shall I tell you some secrets? I'm going to tell you some secrets before I go. Some of you know I've created 2 new comedy characters. Thanks, Matty. Monday. Moon Day for Babaji's birthday. Alright. Where was I? Yes. 2 new comedy characters. One is Tinfoil Timmy. The second is Pinkjah, the Pink Ninja. Now, as a rule, I'm usually going to maintain the illusion of these all being separate characters from various dimensions, but just this once, as this is my first little live impromptu podcast-esque chit-chat with my people, then I'm gonna break the illusion slightly and give you some of the magic behind the curtain before I go. So, and reveal to you that there are 3 more comedy characters coming, some of which I've already filmed. Now, Tinfoil Timmy is probably a couple of days away from being able to re-grace the screens, because Tinfoil Timmy's tinfoil hat is falling to pieces. I'm going to have to find somewhere to store it. But luckily, I've got a voracious chocolate habit, so I've got plenty of tinfoil to repair it. But tinfoil Timmy have big things we have to chat about, you get me? We have this Chinese girl. She tell them she a virologist from a little place we call Wuhan. And the official story is that this virus, it just occur naturally. It occur naturally, and it just happen accidentally to occur naturally in a meat market few yards away from a weapons lab. And then them tell us that it just happened to happen a couple of months after them run a test for exactly a pandemic with exactly a coronavirus. Me nah say nothing. If you say conspiracy theory, it's in your head, because me just state facts. These are just things that happen. So, when these things happen, me brethren Kev the poet, him tell them, there is event 201, November 2019, and now we have this, and him tell them, is it not a little piece weird that it happened to appear near a weapons lab? And you know, some of his brethren and sistren and friends them talk to him like him stupid, and them talk to him like him crazy. Him got very vexed. Now me Tinfoil Timmy, me nah give a what people think. But Kevin, him quite sensitive, you know. Him quite sensitive. Him got quite hurt, you know. Him got quite hurt. And to be honest, me have no sympathy for Kevin. He have to be stronger. He have to be strong back like this Jamaican, you know. You can't listen to them stupidness. Kevin have to fix up and get stronger, you know. But me think him on the part. Him have a very, very shamanic autumn equinox, and him leave some of them shadows behind, and him feeling stronger now. You understand?
That's what we say. This what we say. So me I tell them, since then, an ex of my 5 bosses said maybe the virus is man-made. And since then, a virologist in China said, yes, the virus is man-made. Despite what your Nature magazine and your scientific journal and your peer review say about it. You don't know these things can be falsified. You don't know these things can be lies. You don't know these things can be honest mistakes. Scientists make mistakes. You know what my favourite mistake to tell people who rely too much on peer review is? We tell them peer review science told us all, oh, vaccines cause autism. Then peer review science said, oops, we made a mistake. And then peer review said vaccines don't cause autism. Now me not tell you which side of the fence me on. Is me anti-vax or is me not anti-vax? All me I tell you is peer review definitely makes mistakes, whichever side of the fence you is on, because it either made a mistake when it said vaccines cause autism, or it made a mistake when it said they don't. Either way, if your reality relies on peer review science being completely infallible, I will drink your tears when you cry tears of frustration that your reality is a falsification. You idiot. Cha.
So yeah, that's Tinfoil Timmy. That's Tinfoil Timmy. We have a Pinkjah, the Pink Ninja. Do we have all of Pinkjah's necessary props? The Pinkjah is far more interested in the heart chakra. I'm not really interested in conspiracy theories. Yes, that was Kevin's undies. Yep, lucky you. Not many people get to see Kevin's undies. Pinkjah the Pink Ninja is more interested in the heart chakra and empowering you so that you know that your heart has an electromagnetic field which is more powerful than any of this 5G malarkey and any of the things that they're trying to force upon you. More importantly, you're co-creating reality. The laws of physics change depending on who believes what in the room. So maybe just believe that you're the hero in your reality and that you're destined to defeat these evil fascist bastards. And maybe co-create a better reality with Kev the Poet. He did attempt to write a petition to the government. The petition was rejected by the official demons, but that's fine because now the petition exists online and you can actually see a list of 8 solutions that would solve most of the Western world's problems. And if you share that with more of your friends, then that reality becomes strengthened and more people start to think about hemp farms and sustainability and what was that? Oh, we absolutely definitely need voting reform, like obviously, because yes, the current government can get a minority of the votes and have a majority of the power, and it does not make any sense. And then the independent parties that may have hundreds or thousands of votes have absolutely no representation in Parliament. It's a farce. Has been a farce for a very, very long time, decades. My friend Kev the Poet, rather. Break that fourth wall, why don't we? He's of the opinion that he studied politics at A-level in the 90s, and there was questions about what first past the post electoral system back then, and has there been any change? Has there? Tosh. So I'm a 7th dimensional being existing in 6th dimensional space. Well, I'm a 7th density being existing in 6th dimensional space. Density and dimensions are slightly different, and to be honest, I don't quite understand it. But I would advise you read The Law of One Material and The Field by Lynn McTaggart, and between the two you will understand physics better than most GCSE level physics professors, because they're working with old knowledge and old tech. If you want to be up to date on physics on planet Earth, you need to work for Lockheed, basically, because the military's got all the good stuff. So yeah, that's Pinkjah the Pink Ninja. But yeah, things have got very Power Rangers over here on in Kevland. Since Pinkjah the Pink Ninja came on the scene, I've also co-created Indigo Shinobi, and I've written verses for him. And I've also created, okay, what we have? Pinkjah, Indigo Shinobi, Tinfoil Timmy, oh yes. And the first of my creations, which has had the least airtime so far, is the Gold Samurai, which is coming. Yeah, the Gold Samurai. I think a music video for my Gold Samurai, because I did a whole Gold Samurai EP, which I didn't promote at all. It was just like a personal labour of love. I did a whole Golden Samurai EP before I fell in love with Pink and created all these comedy characters. So I'm going to finish off the video for the Golden Samurai, and then my friend Maggie, Spanish MC and videographer, photographer, she is going to help me bring the Indigo Shinobi to life, and Pinkjah and Tinfoil Timmy are going to do some more monologues about, well, Pinkjah, in my head, Pinkjah's here to talk about spirituality and the heart chakra in ways that Kev the Poet might find difficult to express. Tinfoil Timmy's here to talk about politics, conspiracy, facts, and in ways that Kev the Poet might find difficult to express. And Indigo Shinobi is the one most like Prime Kev, but Indigo Shinobi is basically the bridge builder, building bridges between knowledge. So yeah, the nuance finder and the bridge builder is Indigo Shinobi. So that's yeah, finding the things that we have in common and focusing on them in an effort to defeat the negative algorithms of social media. That is Indigo Shinobi's path. So yeah, Indigo Shinobi is looking for ways to unite people, and but in a way that doesn't like negate the algorithms. So if Mark Zuckerberg gets money from us being on Facebook interacting, he'd still get money, just not from us arguing with each other, but from us sending each other love. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use this bit of the video for my podcast, because I might want to maintain the illusion of these separate characters being entirely their own thing, and leave the audience to work out what the focus of each of the character is, and leave the audience to work out, okay, what's Pinkjah about, and what's Indigo Shinobi about, and what's Tinfoil Timmy about, and what aspects of Kev's personality and Kev's shadows is he playing with here. But yeah, maybe I'll just let the cat out the bag in a early podcast, and then work on them, and then yeah, once I've got a backlog of stuff, then I can share the backlog. I think that's Kev done for now. One last little secret. Found this geode in Eastville Park and hacked these tiny crystals out of it. For anybody who questioned whether that was concrete or not. That didn't come out of concrete. did it. It's like, pretty sure it's quartz, possibly rose quartz, because it's got little pink bits in bits of it. Can't really. Let's try this one, might be easier. It's a bit bigger. So yeah, I'm charging it up, charging the crystals up. There's 4 I've managed to get out the geode with vibes like this etching and this affirmation, and I'm gonna leave them in strategic points, definitely in Bristol and possibly in Glastonbury too. But the other night I was having a bit of a shamanic evening and these came up as the words, energy that I wanted to charge the crystals with before I leave the country and leave them in the country. If anybody has any words or vibrations they want to add to the list before I might actually film exactly where I put the crystals and whatnot. I'm not sure whether or not that bit has to be secret or not yet. It might have to be secret just because the dark forces might be like, oh, you can't leave empathy vibes whilst we're trying to neg everybody out in mid-lockdown. Anyway, let's not focus on that. So yeah, have some of that, have some of that, have some of that, have some of that. Is you all still with me? Anything else anybody wants Kev to chat about before he goes? Ooh. You know what that is? That's my 11 alarm for my 11:11 meditation. I started a meditation group on Facebook. If you want to join us, we meditate currently 3 times a day at 11:11, 7 p.m. and 22:22. And we can do any meditation you want, although we have focused on the violet flame meditation and others recently. Love.
Through the lights, cameras in action. Through the lights, cameras in action. Through the lights, cameras in action. Glamour, glitters, and gold.
Domination, baby. That I know that everybody want to hear, because I know I've been waiting to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
F the BS. Forget the belief system.